Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I wanted to share an updated bracelet design featuring the Little Mermaid. So my original design was from 2 years ago and it looked like this. So I'm just going to give you a quick run through of all of the charms that I have on this original bracelet. And I do have a combination of older Pandora charms and the Little Mermaid collection as well. And then Pandora added a whole new Little Mermaid collection when the latest movie was released, I believe last May 2023. So I picked up these charms and I almost created a second bracelet design with these, but then I decided that was a little silly because I didn't necessarily want to have two Little Mermaid bracelets. So I thought I would try to combine them together, and I played around with the bracelet design. And here is the final result, and it is a pretty dangle heavy design. As you can see, every second charm is a dangle, but let me show you the charms that I have on here up close. This first charm is called the Dazzling Daisy Meadow, and I did include it just because of all of those pretty flowers and also because it's an open work, so it covers up the threads on the bracelet. It doesn't get stuck on these threads. But Ariel, I remember how enthralled she was when she was on land and she just saw all of the pretty flowers. So I thought this one was suitable for that design. This next charm, this Ariel dangle, I purchased it in a 50% off sale and I love this charm. Pandora did such a great job with this little fish scale details on the bottom disc. And there is some variation in this. It does have a bit of an ombre effect from light green to dark green, but it just has such an amazing texture detail and it almost looks 3D. And then you can see her profile swimming on top. And then you've got the seashell design, and then there is an inscription on the back of that one, or this one, and it says part of your world. It's a nice deep inscription as well. And then the veil is just kind of raised and bumpy. It's actually a little bit pokey, to be honest with you. This next charm was one that Pandora released very quickly and retired very quickly. I'm not sure why they retired this one so fast, but it does have a wonderful texture detail to it. It's called the Chest of Treasure. It isn't an Ariel themed or Little Mermaid themed charm, but I think it fits in really well. And the chest does open up. And inside it says treasure every moment. And of course there's the little heart for the O. And then it just clips shut like that. It's a really pretty charm. So I highly recommend it if you can find it pre-loved. And then we come to one of the newest Little Mermaid charms, and this is Ursula. And she is of course the villain in the movie. And it's kind of a, what do they call that? Just a dyed pearl in the center. Such a beautiful color tone on that with the purple and the green. They did such a fantastic job with this charm. And then how the tentacles actually reach up and grab onto the veil. And some of the tentacles have CZs and some are just kind of plain and have that swirly pattern to it. A little bit of texture as well. And this is one of those dangles that I like the back almost more than the front. Do you see the three larger CZs? Oh, maybe there's four CZs coming up the back there. They did such a fantastic job on the Ursula charm. It's a little abstract because, you know, there's no face. It's definitely not cartoon, but they did so good. This here is the wavy lavender Murano. And I only have one of this Muranos. I'm not sure if I'm going to be picking up any more. There's something about these Muranos I'm not totally in love with, but I think this one works on this bracelet design. And then we come to the first of the clips. This is the long retired dogwood clip, and it's got that purple enamel, a little bit of glitter to it. But look right here, that's just oxidization that Pandora did to create this flower pattern. And they did such a good job back then, and it really stands out. And then of course the clip is just plain like that, and there's just the Pandora symbol on the back. And then we come to Flounder. And Flounder is that cartoon face, and you can see his little smile there, his eyes looking up. And there you can see how his tail moves back and forth. And also with Flounder, they use 3 different shades of enamel. Maybe there's 2, but I always thought there was 3. But look how pretty that is. Just that striped enamel detail. And like I mentioned, the tail moving back and forth. And then we come to Sebastian, and Sebastian is also a cartoon character. The best part to me of Sebastian is the absolute glee in his face. Like, so much expression on his little face, and the way his claws coming up and reaching up towards that bail. And the bail are music notes because Sebastian loved his music, and it looks like he's actually singing in this charm. And then you can see the rest of his legs and at the back of his charm. And you can see how it's mostly just smooth, but you do still have a lot of detail, especially with his legs. You can see the little segments there. And then we come to a charm that Pandora hasn't retired yet. It's still available with Pandora Canada online. So this is the Ariel. There's a whole bunch of these little princesses, and one of our common complaints is that Pandora should have put enamel on the eyes. I think it would have made these charms that much better. But they did a really nice job with the enamel and the flower in her hair and her little tail and even her little top there. And then at the back, you've got her flowing hair, and you can see the tail detail like so. And then let's compare this one to the newest little Ariel dangle. And there you can see a lot of attention is paid to her tail, and there's even a little purple ombre effect in the center. It's like she's reaching up, and I don't know if she's waving or kind of touching her hair. And then you can see the different texture in her hair as well, and her expression in her eyes. And you've got a little bit more facial detail. And then the back, you can see the textured hair and that ombre effect of the purple with the teal. And then we come to another charm. This one was quickly retired in the winter sale, and I believe it is still available in Pandora's Last Chance section online, or probably on Rue La La. So this is my favorite side of the charm. I like the seaweed with the pink CZs and the 2 fish of the different colors. And I think they mimic the enamel colors of the fish to Sebastian here. I think they use the exact same colors. What do you guys think? And then the back of this charm, this one's a little bit more abstract for me. I think it's gonna stand out with some time, but you've got little Ariel swimming through the seaweed there, and you can see her hair kind of flowing through. And then there's the back of her tail. So the next 2 charms, I have another dogwood clip with the CZ in the center. And then this Murano was one of the Disney Muranos that Pandora released, and it does glow in the dark. I'm way too bright right now to kind of show how it does that. But this little Murano is Ariel's Murano, and it's the perfect shade of green, I think, that Pandora used. And then we come to another new charm, and this is Sebastian. And it's such a great shade of orange that they use, that Murano glass. And then you can also see that bottom claw right here, how it moves back and forth. It has that little bit of extra movement to this charm. The bail is somewhat plain, but if you look closely, it's actually his claw that's grabbing on. I think they did a really nice job with this charm. And then the back of Sebastian, you can see that wavy detail, and it does shine through from the front, especially when you're outdoors. You can really make it out. And then this charm here is a beautiful retired, I believe it's just called the Roses and Heart. So you've got the beautiful rose detail in the front and the bottom, and the CZs of the heart in amongst the flowers. I like this little leaf right there. I think Pandora did such a nice job with this charm. And then you have the rose with the leaf cutouts on the top and the bottom, and it looks the same from both sides. Such a beautiful charm. So I thought this charm really did well by tying in all the other charms that I have on here, and also this daisy at the end and the treasure chest. It's kind of the same shape. And then the last of the Little Mermaid charms is Ariel with the seashell. It's like she's sitting in the seashell. You can see her hair kind of flowing and her sitting pose. And this charm is a little bit different in the shape of it. Do you see what I mean there? It's not a flat disc. And then at the back, you've got the shell pattern as well. And then the bail is just a thick silver. There's no inscription or anything. And then at the very end, I just have a silicone line clip. So the charms that I had to remove to add in those new charms are exactly the 3 dangles and a non-dangle. So these are the 2 amethyst charms that I removed, and I will definitely be reusing them in a different bracelet design. And then I removed this little seahorse, and then this is the only Disney charm that I removed that actually belonged to Ariel. I just couldn't make it work, this little dangle here. So this is Ariel's crown, and the bail does have her name and inscript there. I just couldn't make this one work because I would be breaking up that pattern of dangle, non-dangle. And also it's completely silver, and every other dangle that I have on that bracelet has got some color to it. With the exception of Sebastian, he is all silver, but otherwise this is a pretty colorful bracelet design. Leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on combining all of these Little Mermaid charms together on one bracelet, or if you prefer the older version. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.